We spend more time with our families, with our children. I can be in your studio in 5 days. So we share something more than before.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.
Miss Munchy, what we tell him?
I hear me, Miss Munchy.
People laugh with Munchy.
Miss Munchy.
Are you run the thing, so watch her now?
You know me, I say Munchy.
Munchy. Yell up Munchy.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.
Reggaeville family, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Wha Gwaan Munchy. My guest on this one is a very busy man because he is on tour with his band, yet he took time out of his busy schedule to talk to me today. Thank you very much and welcome to Wha Gwaan Munchy. Aurélien, comment ça va?
Va bien, thanks a lot.
Dub Inc. Aurélien is the guest of my show today because you guys released a new album. Futur is out since September 30th. The whole album was produced in a very unusual way because it was created during the pandemic. Tell me a bit how that was different from all the previous albums that you created.
You know, this time was very special for everybody and for artists more because we didn't play maybe for 2 years and a half. Yeah, we didn't play for 2 years and a half. And for us, it was very not usual because with the Bink, we play a lot. We are almost always on tour. And when we are on a new album, you continue to play in other countries, in other continents. So for this album, it was very different because we spent 1 year as everybody, just wait for something happen in this very special crisis. And after 1 year, we said, okay, we are not sure if we will play again in the next year, the year after. We don't know nothing about that, but one thing we can be sure it's we can play to music together, and we need to play to music together, to be together, to be front of this crisis, to be face of this crisis, and play music. It's basically it's just what we love and what we need now. And step by step, we understood it was a time to do a new album and to find inspiration in this crisis. It's very special because all album before, we had a big tour before to compose the album, and it's we can find inspiration in all our trip, and we travel a lot with the band on tour. We go in South America, a lot in Africa, in North America, and each time we can find different inspiration because of this trip. And for this one, it was very different. Everything stopped. So it was very difficult when we started to compose this album to find inspiration in, I want to say nothing, to find inspiration in nothing, nothing in our life. But really, a lot of things happen in our life. You know, we stopped to tour. We spend more time with our families, with our children. We spend more time with ourselves. You know, when you are in this kind of this moments, you spend a lot of time in front of yourself. So step by step, we found a different inspiration, and that's why I think this album is more. I don't know the word in English, introspective, you know, you have to look at yourself more and to speak about more personal things, you know. So I think it's different because of that. We don't speak a lot about the world situation. We speak more about our situation and more about what we feel at this moment. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting. Did also the creation of this album help you in some maybe like therapy kind of way to cope with the situation?
For sure, because we can say something. We are lucky with the Bink because in this crisis, it was difficult for us, but less than a lot of artists, because the Bink is okay on tour. We can sorry, with the album before and with the tour before, we were financially okay to spend these 2 years. It was very difficult for different things and for money too, but we are a big team. We have a very good brotherhood between us, and it was more easier than a lot of artists to pass through this crisis. But really, it was very difficult to stop to play 2.5 years. It was very difficult to think about our life without tour and music with people. It was a lot of different questions. And as you said, to play together, to stay together was the first therapy. To say, okay, we don't care about what will happen. The thing we can do is to be together and to make something together. Music and other things, was the first step of, as you said, therapy, and to create this album and to write something about what we lived together and the humanity lived at this time. It was the second step. Yeah, for real, it was very important to transform this in music and in creation and to write something about this time.
And you featured also, you have like 5 collaborations on the album with artists like Kumar Bent, Alborosi, also with Balik of Danakil. And I figured that was also some sort of group therapy, right? To reconnect with fellow artists that are going through the same struggle, right?
That's it. And for the first thing is we love to do some featuring. We love to mix our music with different influences and different artists. I think it's a very good thing for our music. And in this time, all artists had time. A guy like Balik, we know him. We know Danakil maybe since 20 years when they started. And we spoke a lot about a collaboration, a song together since more than 10 years. And our schedule was impossible it was very difficult to find a good moment and a good time to record this song. And when we start this album, we say, okay, if we have some, if you want to do some featuring, what we didn't did since a long time, it's a good moment because everybody had time, everybody stay at home now. So for Tyro and Balik, that's the first thing because it was a long time. We want to work with this artist. And for Kumar, it was very fun because we love his work. We love his voice a lot. The song, all what he did with Raging Fire and featuring like this one with Alborosi. And we recorded a song with Raging Fire maybe 4 or 5 years before, 5 years ago, sorry. And Raging Fire splits and we didn't release this song. So we have a song together and it's not possible to release this. So we had something to finish together. And when we called him, it was at the end of the second lockdown.
Yeah.
And we call him and he said, hey, in 2 days, I am in Switzerland, very close to you. So okay. I can be in your studio in 5 days. So
perfect.
Okay, it's a good sign. We have to do this. For Sadek from Democratos, it's a singer from Algeria.
Yeah, right.
It's a guy who participates a lot of, there is a politics movement. There was a political movement in Algeria 5 years ago, and they call it Iraq. It was strike and walk in silence in Algeria and a lot of big city in Algeria. And this guy was very implicated. So for Hakim, it was important to call him and to make something with him, not just because of music, because of the political message he can have. And the last, and Albo Rosi, all the band love his work, all the band love his voice. And it was the only featuring we didn't do at in our studio. We by internet, by email, but it's a very good song. So we are very happy to have him on our last album.
For all those who haven't heard the collaborations or the album as yet, so now you know that you have got to check it out. It's very, very, very amazing body of work. We will talk about the works of dubbing more in just a few from now, but of course, other projects are out as well. I have a little more recommendations to make. Nation Boss just presented his EP In Cozy on October 14th, the same day that Etana presented her acoustic Gold to us. And if you want to check out part 3 of the Fatis tapes in the oven, a very interesting project by Fatis Burrell's son Kareem, you can read all about this project in our news on the Reggaeville website. And you can listen to the project, which includes songs by Barris Hammond, Master Griffiths, also Ini Kamoze. If you want to hear and see more from Ini Kamoze and XTM.Nation, then you can check out the Hardware remix, which is on our Reggaeville YouTube channel.
I'm on the flesh, I'm on the blood. I your hardware and the wear it good. I'm on the flesh, don't run blood. I your hardware and the wear it good. Won't mention my intention to the masses tonight. Listen to talking, catch the walking, make sure you're flexing right. Idle talking, skylarking, just might get you killed. Misbehaving, I don't believe in, it's against my will. I'm on the flesh, I'm on the blood. I your hardware and the wear it good. I'm on the flesh, me no run blood. I your hardware and the wear it good.
Dubbing. Aurélien is with me to talk about the new album Futur and to talk about another project that you guys did this summer, the documentary by Alexis Rieger, which is called Jamais Seul, Never Alone. Very, very interesting project. I'd say also very emotional. When I watched the documentary, the first minute, I had tears in my eyes, really, because I felt like I haven't even really processed as yet how much we missed out on music, on togetherness, on the life experience of music. It was really, really touching. How did you feel, Aurélien, when you first watched the documentary?
Yeah, it was a very good surprise because to catch this kind of moments, you have to find the good guy and to find the good relationship with this guy. And we are old school with the dubbing. We have it's very difficult for us with the picture of us with with social networks and this kind of thing. It's difficult to us to present ourselves, the people, our life, intimate life, and this kind of thing. And we are very happy because this documentary catch something very deep and very it's intimate, but it's not our life when we are eating like on social networks, we are playing or something, it's very what we live as artists, and it's present what we want to show of what we think about our career and our life. And that's very sincere. He catch something very sincere of our life. We have a very good relationship with him. And I think you can feel that in this documentary. And that's everything is real in this documentary. It paints very closely what we feel and what we live in this COVID crisis. And we are very proud of this documentary, and I can feel that the people understand something more about dubbing and about our way of life and way of work, I think.
But you mentioned already that the camera caught you in very intimate moments. And also, for example, when Hakim writes a song, which he usually does by himself, and the whole production process of an album is usually behind closed doors. So how was that like, knowing that all you do now, the camera is there to record it? How was the whole recording of the documentary like?
As I said, it depends a lot of the people who have the camera, who shoot this moment. And we know Alexis, the guy, the director of the movie. We know Alexis since a long time, and he understands something about us. We are very shy with the camera, and we don't like to be shot every time. Mm-hmm. But he found how to be very discreet and stay very close of us, and not to be I don't know the word, but intrusive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Invading your space.
We don't invading our space, and I'm very happy because I can see how the people is interesting thing, not only like I say, social networks things, to do today, what you eat today, what I'm happy because the people like to see how we create the relation we have between Hakim and me, the relation we have with all the members of the band, or we can write something, or it's difficult for us to write, but we love that, but it's very difficult to find the good thing. We work a lot, and it's very, very, very nice to share this with our audience, because we can feel that we share something more than before.
Mm-hmm. You said it shows how you write songs. It really shows your dedication, also the hard work that you put in, which I love very much to see that. It also showed that you have been pretty, let's say, creative during the pandemic, because you came up with, okay, let's create an album. Then the documentary came. You also at least planned the pirate tour, right, which you weren't able to execute. But was that always the spirit of the band to say, all right, let's just find something new, let's just do something? Or did you also find yourselves in sad and depressed situation where you felt like, okay, just want to give up on things?
But for dubbing, this thing is really important. Just not while this crisis. We have to find always new challenges. We are an old band, more than 20 years. We exist since a long time, and to the formula to continue together, to continue the trip together, to continue the story of dubbing together, is this thing, to find new challenges. And when we are in our usual life with the band, in usual tour, we always said, okay, which country in which country we never played. We never play. Maybe, okay, USA, this place. Maybe we can try to go on this way. Okay, Mathieu, our manager, find a new link in this place. Maybe we can work for something together to go in Africa. No, maybe we can go in India. Maybe, for us to have new challenges is very important, because it's the fuel of the energy, the fuel and the energy of the band.
That is the spirit that I love. Definitely, I highly recommend for you guys to watch Jamais Seul. This is an amazingly touching, deep documentary. As you mentioned already, it's much better than the social media, just 1 minute, It's 40 minutes of goosebumps. So check out the documentary by Dubbing if you haven't done so as yet. If you guys want to see more from behind the scenes of the music, if you want to see more how reggae music was created, you can also check out another project of mine, a video interview series that I just releasing now, which is called Take Me Places. And it takes you to places, and it takes you to meet individuals that have highly shaped and influenced the music and reggae history. So embark on a journey with us. Enjoy 2 episodes that are out already with Sly Dunbar and Gussie Clarke, and even more are still coming.
Ska took over from the bebop.
Them days ain't wicked enough.
Kind of work very hard to get the great drum sound that Channel 1 has.
Yeah, man, Channel 1 should they run hot, you know. Me say hot.
It played 13 times before it could take it off.
So there must have been a reason why these songs are infectious into this day.
Musically wicked.
The rest is history. The rest was history.
And the rest is history.
Right. Dub Inc. Aurélien is with me to talk about their brand new album Futur. Futur is the title. How do you look into the future?
Wow. You know, the future is uncertain actually.
Yeah.
But we try to stay optimistic, and we try to stay positive. I think as an artist, I want to propose something different than the media and the actuality can propose to the people. We live in a crucial time, I think, and all is very violent, all is very difficult. Morality, financially, politically, everything is uncertain. But I'm sure in real life, when we walk on your own streets, when we meet some different people, we can understand that we are a lot to find this, and we are a lot to think this, and we are a lot to want something different. And I'm sure what we can see on Twitter, what we can see on television, what we can hear is very different than the reality. And in reality, I think people want to be happy, to live together, to have a good relationship with his neighborhood. And I think the world is not as the people, as the media and the government want to say to us. And that's what I want to share in my music and in my lyrics. And we want with Akim and with Dubbing, we want this. And we have children too. And it's very important to explain to them they can change this. The world is in this state because of us. So we have to change this, and to change this, we don't have to say, okay, all is finished. The climate is over, the planet is over, the fascism is here, and we can fight against it. No. We want to say to our children, no, we can change this. You are the future generation. We work to change this, and you will work more to change this. So I think it's really important to be positive about future.
Yeah, and in the very near future, in just a few days from now, you're gonna be playing again in Saint-Étienne, right? In your hometown, and also kind of, well, the place that is shown in the beginning of the documentary as well, right? So this is a very special place. How are you looking forward to this particular show? I mean, it's sold out already. It's going to be crazy exciting, right?
Yeah, for us, Saint-Étienne is our home, and we play in Saint-Étienne since we started. And but every time is a new emotion. Every time is very important for us to have a big show, maybe one of the best shows of the tour. The place Saint-Étienne have to be the place to be for this night, is very important because there is all our family, but not only that, because we all born in Saint-Étienne, on the countryside around Saint-Étienne, and we know a lot of people. You know, in the Saint-Étienne shows, there is the teacher of my children. There is my neighbor will be there. Some friends, some old friends from my parents will be there. You know, it's very special for us. A lot of people maybe who don't listen dubbing at home, they come to this show because that's the place to be in Saint-Étienne for this night. You know, maybe some Stéphanois, because people who live in Saint-Étienne are Stéphanois. Some Stéphanois will come and come every time at our Zenith in Saint-Étienne, our shows in Saint-Étienne, but don't listen this at home, you know. So it's a very special moment, and we share something more than music in this time. It's a something very I think fraternel in English is brotherhood, you know.
Yeah.
We share something very, very strong, because Saint-Étienne is a small cities. It's a popular cities, you know. It's a minor city, very proletarian cities. The people are very simple, maybe a little bit poor, and they are very proud of us, because we bring the name of Saint-Étienne everywhere in the world. I think we share a good picture of Saint-Étienne with our attitude and our music, and they are very proud of that. So we have to come back every year to say to them, okay, we stay there, we stay as you, we are the same family, we are the same cities, and as in the start together, you support us since the start, Saint-Étienne, and we are very grateful about that. And every year we have to prove this and to show to Saint-Étienne that we stay there and we stay in love with our city. It's very special.
Yeah, wow. I can only imagine that this is going to be a great, great night. So I wish you an amazing show in Saint-Étienne on the 19th. Of course, also all the very best for the rest of the tour. Be safe when you're on the road. And of course, all the best also for this wonderful new album, Futur, which is out now by Dub Inc. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, Aurélien, pour parler avec moi.
Thanks a lot. And thanks to Reggaeville to support us.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.